You know what time it is. Time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Cooper. With Mr. Cooper. With Mr. Cooper. Get the latest scoop. From Mr. Cooper. From Mr. Cooper. From Mr. Cooper. Hang with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Cooper. With Mr. Cooper. With Mr. Cooper. Get the latest scoop. From Mr. Cooper. From Mr. Cooper. Yeah.
Welcome to the Big Scoop with Coop. Of course, I'm your host, Coop. Big shout out to you that's listening to this episode right now on whatever major streaming platform that you're on right now. Also, if you want to catch the video version of this show, you can in so many different ways. You can go to youtube.com/The Big Scoop with Coop. Make sure you click like and subscribe so you don't miss one episode of the Big Scoop with Coop. Also, make sure you check out the website, thebigscoopwithcoop.com, where you can catch episodes from season 1 all the way up to now. Also, if you're a social media person, that's right, you can find these shows on social media. Facebook.com/The Big Scoop with Coop. On Instagram at Big Scoop with Coop. And that's right, I'm on TikTok. I am on TikTok, people. Just look up the Big Scoop with Coop. And I guarantee you will not miss one episode of the Big Scoop with Coop. All right, people. Enough about me. Today's guest, she is a 3-time NAACP Image Award winner. You have seen her on the Steve Harvey Show. You have seen her on Miss Governor. And also, I didn't get to mention it in the show, but she played China in the movie Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Miss Terri J. Vaughn. Now, Terry's going to talk about her career. She's going to talk about the shows and movies that she's been in and more. So sit back and relax and enjoy this episode of the Big Scoop with Coop with Miss Terri J. Vaughn. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Coop. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, how's your day going so far?
My day is going fantastic. It's been a wonderful day.
Yes, I'm in North Carolina, so we finally getting that spring
my God.
weather. I am so glad.
Isn't it beautiful today?
It is.
God.
I've been praying for this weather. I cannot stand winter. Don't get me wrong. When I was a kid, I used to love playing in the snow and everything. But when I got to the adult status, give me my warm back.
Well, I'm a California girl, so I don't know about the snow. So I get excited just to have a little bit of snow. Like, oh, that's so sweet. That's it. But then I'm over it. I need it to be hot again.
But you know what? That's how it is, like also like with a baby. So the snow is, oh, it's so sweet. Let me hold you in my arm. And then when it turns to ice, it's like, take your butt to school. Get out of here. I'm tired of you.
Yes.
That's exactly how that is.
I agree.
Yes. Now, Terri, for the people, of course, worldwide that's watching right now, of course, a lot of people, everybody knows who you are. But for the 2 or 3 people that don't know who you are, when did you first realize that you wanted to get into the entertainment industry?
I always felt like I was a late bloomer. Because I did not get introduced to this industry or even to the craft of acting until I was like 21 years old. I was in college in Northern California. I grew up in San Francisco, and I went to Cal State Hayward, which is about 40 minutes outside the city, right outside of Oakland. And when I was there, okay, Coop, don't laugh. My 5th year in college, I was asked to participate in a Miss Black California pageant. And so me and some of my friends, we just did it for fun. We were like, oh, okay, let's do the pageant. What do we do? And so I didn't know what I was going to do for the talent part because, I was like, what do I do for talent? I'm like, I can sing, but it sounds terrible. Though I still sing all the time. My daughter always gets on me like, oh, mommy, your voice is cracking. Whatever. So I knew I couldn't do singing for the talent part. So I did end up doing a monologue from a play called For Color Girls Who Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough. And I recited the poem Sorry, which was the lady in blue. And so I performed that had fun with it. We were young. There were no stakes. So everything was fun. So I did the performance. And after the pageant was over, one of the judges was a producer of a play he was casting. And he asked me if I would be interested in auditioning for his play. So again, I didn't have any idea of what even that meant. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Okay, what's an audition? What do I do? so, so he told me to come to the Black Repertory Theater, which was in Berkeley, California. And he told me to bring a picture and a resume. And I was like, okay, I can do that. No problem. So again, not having any clue about industry or theater or acting. So I printed out my regular working resume. I was working at the Marriott Hotel, so I was a front desk clerk. That was on my resume. I had worked at Avis Rent-A-Car. That was on my resume. McDonald's. I had a regular working resume. He said, bring your resume. So I did. And the picture. So I had a college roommate. We had a Polaroid camera at the time. Yep, I made it myself. So she took a Polaroid picture of me that night after I put on all my makeup, and it was way too much, doing too much. And so I showed up to the Black Repertory Theater with my Polaroid picture and my working resume. I know it still makes me laugh every time I tell this story because it's crazy. It's crazy. Because I walk into the theater and there's real theater actors there. And then I see their pictures in their hands. They're black and white, 8x10 glossies. Their resumes are printed on the back of their pictures. And here I am. Bop, 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 bop. And they're doing all this weird stuff, all these moaning and groaning, voice exercises, stretching, like they're doing weird stuff. Like they're doing all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. I'm gonna go sit in the corner. So I just sit in the corner watching all these people be weird until they call my name to come in. And then I go in and I meet the director and the playwright. And the playwright was David E. Talbert. It was his very first play he had ever written because he was a radio personality in the Bay Area. And he started writing plays, and this was his first one. And the director, Paul Roach, who was an amazing thespian actor who went to ACT in San Francisco, if you know anything about theater, like that's a big deal. And so he gave me some notes. They gave me some material to read, gave me some notes about the character. I read the material. They gave me more notes. They were like, this girl is really sassy. She's colorful. She has a lot of energy. And I was like, okay, I'll just do it as myself. And so I just read it again. And they called me that night and offered me a part in this show. We were so it was scheduled to tour the country for a year or so, and they cover your travel. They were going to pay me $400 a week. I was like, what? I was like, Mama, can I do this? This is like, what you think? And she was like, girl, go. So that's how I got bit by the bug of acting, because the beautiful thing is that Paul Roach, he really started training us in the craft of acting. He was a thespian, a theater great. He was really a great director. And so he introduced me to Stanislavski, Udo Hagen, Chekhov, like all these old theater greats. And I just fell in love with the craft. And so I just started studying it, and that's what I did. And that's it. I haven't looked back since.
That's crazy, Terri, because people walking in with the professional things, you might as well say you pimp walked in with a Polaroid and a resume that you working in.
Pimp walked with a Polaroid, yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's nothing but God right there.
Yeah,
seriously,
my destiny.
Good gosh, I like that. I definitely like that. Now, Terri, after you did all the plays and everything, and then you really got into the industry, what type of hurdles did you go through to get to where you are today in your career?
Well, I mean, of course, there's several hurdles just in life, period, no matter what you're doing as a career. But I think the beautiful thing about my entry into this business was that I was so naive. Like, I didn't really, I had that audition and I toured with that play for 2 years. And then we decided, oh, this is what I do now. This is how I make my living. So I was like, oh, so a group of us moved to LA after the show went down and just started pursuing acting. And, the good thing about Paul Roach was that he taught us that the best thing you can do for yourself as an artist is to learn your craft, hone your craft. So I was always in classes. So that was the first thing I did when I moved to LA. I just started finding acting classes and organizations and these things to just be involved with to keep honing my craft, to meet more people and all the things. So that was all fun for me. So I was just taking classes, learning, meeting people, and learning the business, being introduced to different agents and managers, and kind of just learning. So for me, when I first got into it, it was just fun because I was still just learning. And I had already told myself, I was like, yeah, you're going to be an actress on TV. That's what you're going to do. Like when this play goes down, you're going to be on TV. That's what you're doing. And so that's what I moved to LA to do. It's good. So that's what I moved to LA to do. And so sorry, my daughter's
No,
asking
you're
me
good.
about
You're
the
good.
question because I'm also cooking some chicken, coop.
Multitasking.
I'm multitasking. I
Don't
am.
burn the chicken, Terry. Please don't
Well,
burn the
that's what she
chicken.
came in here to ask me about.
Oh,
But I think
okay.
it's fine. I have it super low. If you want to do anything, just flip it over, baby. Flip it over with the. Okay. Thank you.
That's right. Use the
I'm sorry.
tongs, baby girl. Use the tongs. Flip it
Yeah.
over. Don't burn
Oh,
yourself.
thank you. I was looking for the words. Yes, the
Tongs.
tone. She probably thought I was doing this. Like, with it, clock it. No, nope. Yep, that's not what I'm doing. Use the tongue to flip the chicken over. Okay. So, so it was my naivete moving to LA that was really a blessing for me because I didn't feel like anything was hard because I was just there to learn
Mhm.
how to be on TV. So, classes, signing up for, I did a lot of extra work, like background work when I first moved to LA, because I was told, like in one of my acting classes, this is how you learn the etiquette of being on set, like just be a background actor and just learn the ropes, see what the director does, how they talk to the cast, to the actors. And so I was just always learning. So it was always fun and exciting for me at the beginning. So it wasn't until I was like deep in it, like maybe after the Steve Harvey show,
Mhm.
where I started to feel like the pressure of like, okay, this business is not easy, it's not nice, it's not
Mhm.
all the things. And you just navigate and figure it out because like we said early on, how I got into it, I knew this was my destiny. This is my purpose. This is what I do.
Yes.
And once I got on the Steve Harvey show, it was all about comedy and laughter for me then because I saw what our show did for people. And I learned that from several fans coming up to me and sharing stories about how our show and them watching our show, as they're with their kids or
Mhm.
whatever, just how it brought joy into their lives. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to keep doing that. So that's why I purposely lean into comedy stuff.
Mhm.
Though in all my acting classes, Coop, I
Uh-huh.
always got all the heavy dramatic scenes in acting class.
Really?
Drama, 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 like tear jerking. They stole my baby. My baby is dead. My man left
Wow.
me. And I was always like bawling. And I think they gave me that because I am a very emotional person. So, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I cry, you can
And
make
you
me
you
cry just
showed
by
you
hearing.
showed that, and you showed that the other day also. I will talk about Instagram in a minute because I
Oh,
caught that. I caught that. I want to talk about that also.
Yeah.
But I want to say this also, dealing with the Steve Harvey Show,
Hmm.
everybody loved Levita. That
Oh, I did too. I love her still.
Yes. Now, also, there's something else that you actually done, and you set the world on fire after you did this. And I want to hear how this actually changed your life and your career. You're not a one time. You're not a two time. You are a three-time NAACP Image Award winner. Now,
Yeah.
how did that change your life and your career?
You know what? If I'm being honest, it didn't change anything. It gave me, and at the moment, it gave me just the appreciation because we always want to be recognized for the work that we do. It's always great to be recognized by your peers, by your people, by the industry that you work in.
Hmm.
It's always nice. And all of us, I would lie if I say, oh, I don't want an Oscar. I don't want to. Of course, I would love one day, but if I don't get one, it's not going to make me change anything about my journey. I'm still going to do what I do. So those moments were just, I guess they were like validation for me, like that you were really good, girl. You know what you're doing, girl. People like you, girl. Like I guess that reiterated those 3 years because I want to say I run it 3 years in a row.
Yep.
Um, and so that was beautiful. And the other thing about that is, when they first, so I came in the second season of the Steve Harvey Show.
Hmm.
They did the first season without the character Levita. They created Winifred Hervey, the creator of the Steve Harvey Show. She created this character in the second season to give Cedric a girlfriend and somebody that worked at the school. And when I came in that second season, we got so much pushback for this ghetto girl. Why we have to have a ghetto girl working at the school? There was a lot of pushback, and a lot of it came from the NAACP,
What?
from our folks. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stop it.
So it's funny that eventually I went on to win three NAACP Image Awards for the very character that they thought was just too ignorant of a representation of Black people. And for me, Levita was a gift. Because she was reflective of the girls I knew. She was reflective of me and my neighborhood and, the people that I grew up with.
Hmm.
So I always felt a huge responsibility for playing this character.
Yes.
So I loved her as I played her. I cared for her deeply, and I still do, because that's a part of my life. That's a part of my quilt of life, and still is. I mean, I got family member. We all do.
Yeah.
And so to me, I was like, okay, well, if they don't like that character, they just don't like people that are that way. That's on them. Because
And
we
see,
live, we breathe. This is a real person to me.
hmm and see, I looked at it when I watched Steve Harvey Show, and telling my age too. I'm an '80s baby, so of course in the '90s when I watched Steve Harvey Show, I looked at the glass half full. With Levita, it made me wonder. She was street smart, you could
Mhm.
tell, but how did she end up getting with Cedric, getting in the apartment, being in the school, doing some of everything in that show? That shows there was more than meets the eye about Levita that
Yeah.
they didn't 100% dig into. And also, when you just said something about the NAACP rejecting it, that's kind of like an oxymoron saying, we don't like it, but let me give you three Image Award winners also for what you have done in your career.
Yeah,
So,
I think after the character was on for a couple of years and they saw how impactful she was and how they had written her in the story and fallen in love with Cedric, and she
yes.
became an asset to the people, to the environment that she was working in with the principal, Miss Greer. I mean, she became an asset. She
Hmm.
became a heartstring for people. So all she did was speak honestly. She was truthfully herself. And I think that's what wins people over. It's like nobody wants fake stuff. That's why she got hired because she was honest. She was telling, Principal Greer, girl, you look fly. You are everything. How you
Yep.
get here? I want to be like that. A black woman, she was all of that. She was
Yep.
just honest.
Yep.
And the same thing with Cedric. It was like, oh, she liked this chocolate, chubby, mm, teddy bear of a man. Like, and she was honest.
Hmm.
So I think that's how she got her job, and that's how she got into the apartment and with the man and ended up marrying. They had a baby, all the things.
But have you recognized this, Terry? I'm not sure if you even thought about this. Ever since you did the Steve Harvey Show, look at the roles that Cedric has had after that. I'm talking about being a husband, boyfriend, husband. And ever since it showed you in the Steve Harvey Show being with him, you got Tashina Arnold. You got all these other in the neighborhood. You got all these other people. Now
Mhm.
he's more of the husband slash boyfriend slash husband material on 98% of the shows he does, even the
I have
movies.
not thought about that. I did not think about
Yeah,
that because
yeah,
prior to that character coming on the Steve Harvey Show, he was like the coach. He was the side.
yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you started something right there. You,
Well, I can't say that I started it because I didn't write the character. I would say Winifred Hervey started something.
okay, big shout outs to Winifred. I'll give you that. But guess what? We saw you on the screen. So if you didn't tell us that, we
Right.
wouldn't have known. So big shout outs to both of you. Now,
Thank
how
you.
was it when the cameras was not rolling on the Steve Harvey Show?
Oh my
How
God.
was the cast and crew?
It was amazing. Like that's one of the best chapters of my life. Like we had so much fun. We built true friendships and found it was everything that you would think it would be with those two crazy Steve and Cedric, with me and Wendy, and then the kids. It was everything. It was a beautiful time of life.
Now, I'm thinking about all of you all on set at the same time. I do not see how you all could go through one take in a scene without
We
stopping and
didn't.
laughing. I
We
knew
did it.
I
We didn't.
that
We didn't. Cedric and
couldn't be
Steve are
funny.
crazy.
Yes, they are.
Like me and Wendy, we
Yes.
show up. We are very professional. Not that they weren't professional, but we made sure we knew our lines. We couldn't get thrown off because these guys were going off book. They're comedians. And so
Yes.
we had to know our stuff enough to be able to flow with them no matter where they went. And so it was the best training. It was like improv, comedy. Like I got the best schooling for what I love to do. And I just feel so blessed. I feel so blessed
You
because
should.
I love it.
You should. Now, another question. I'm glad you brought that up also because I know that you have worn at least two different hats in this industry. You have had the acting hat on and the director hat on. Which hat is harder to wear in your career right now?
Um, well, harder as far as the
More
work
work
itself.
responsibility. Yes.
Oh, directing is definitely way more responsibility. Huge responsibility. Um, when I started directing, which I directed my first thing, I want to say 2015, something like that.
Mhm.
Ever since when I started directing, that's when my sleep got messed up. I have a problem sleeping now. I cannot turn my brain. It's a different muscle. It's a different muscle. So, yes, directing is definitely a lot more work. You're responsible for a whole lot more. And you just have to you have to have the right kind of, for me, the right kind of personality to command a stage full of people
Mhm.
who are professional and awesome at their own crafts. But everybody's coming to you for the answers for the things that they need to do. And you have to have an answer for everybody.
Good
Like
God.
there's hundreds of people on set.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yes.
Good
But
God.
I love it. I love it, Coop.
I know you do. I know. That's why
I
I
love
asked
it.
that question. ladies and gentlemen watching worldwide right now, I hope you're taking in all these nuggets as Terri is saying, because she's worn many hats. She's done so many things, walking in, pimping with a Polaroid, with a resume.
I'm
That's
still
right.
in that pimping
Yes,
with a
you
Polaroid.
better use it. You better use it. And that's how I hear it. If you say it on television, I'm like, yo, I said
Yeah.
that, mom. Everybody that's watching right now, take this down, because if you're trying to get into this industry, if you work hard, trust me, you'll be able to play hard. And you see,
Yeah.
three-time Image Award winner, you're going to be deserved if you put the work in.
And I think even I'm gonna add something to that
Yeah,
because it is work, but I believe that more than the work, it's if it's your passion. Like you have to love it because it's not an easy business. It's not a friendly business. It's not like industry, Hollywood does not care about you at all. They don't know you. They don't care about you. So it's not, but this is the industry you're in. Yes, it's all this. So to navigate through it and stay in it and do your best, like you just have to love it. It has to be a part of your passion. It's like, what's your purpose? What's your why? Why are you doing this? It cannot be for fame and it cannot be for money because you are going to be so disheartened if that is the only goal.
that is so true. And I have not had a chance to actually do what you've done in your career. I've been in a couple of indie movies, and this is
Mhm.
season 13 for me in this show. But I'm just picturing the things that you went through. I mean, that you haven't even talked about on this show right here. That was like, should I keep going? Yes, I
Yeah,
love this. I'm going to keep going. I believe you had many of those conversations in your head. And that's
absolutely.
crazy to me. That's really crazy. Now,
Yes.
last
Many,
I
many,
believe it.
many times. Cool.
I believe it. Now, last year on the show, I had Naya Palmer on the show.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and you know where I'm about to go to now in this part of
Yes.
the episode. So she sung your praises. She loved it. So how excited were you to receive that Antoinette Duckerson, Miss Mayor, on She the People on Netflix? I know that was your dream to get on Netflix, but how excited were you when you found out you received that role?
Oh my God, it was everything. I mean, well, the thing is that you're working so hard. So you're in the moment of the working, of making sure that you are putting the best that you can in it, into the words, into the script, into the character, into the even up to calling Keisha Lance Bob. Like just I'm in the midst of it all. So to me, it was just like just trusting my instinct on this journey because I have been trying to sell a show for 20 years. And finally, we were like so close. I was like, oh my God, it's gonna happen. It's about to happen. So I'm just like following my instincts along the journey. And I can't lie, like questioning myself. Oh my God, this ain't gonna happen. It's never happened. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's like these conversations back and forth, right? And so finally, when it happened, and for you to create something that doesn't exist, and you have a vision of it, of where you want it to go, how you want it to be, the people you want to do it with. And that starts to unfold right before your eyes, and you find yourself in it in the moment, and you're here, and it's on Netflix, and you could turn it on, and you see your name and all the stuff. It's like, God, you did tell me this. You said it. It's true. It's true. And so I had already believed that it was true in order to get to the part to where y'all got to see it's true.
Yes.
So I don't know. I mean, it was just so many emotions, so many along the whole journey of it. It was
Yes.
a lot, and it was amazing and incredible and all the things that you can imagine.
I believe it because we only saw step 9 and 10.
Yeah.
We didn't see steps 1 through 8 to get you to 9 and 10
Yeah.
and being on Netflix. Now I want hold on, Secretary. I'm not going to talk to you on this one. Hold on. Netflix, if you're watching right now, I'm saying this directly to you because a lot of people follow me on LinkedIn and other people, all other places that's on Netflix. Listen to me closely. Terry's resume is so darn big. You have no choice but to do a spinoff on one of her shows and going to put her back on Netflix. She felt like it was home there. Bring her back. It's time to do it. It's nothing to think about. Pick a show, do a spinoff, bring Terry back. Okay, Terry, back to you now. I said what I want to say to Netflix.
Thanks,
So,
Coop.
yes. So, we're going to talk this in the atmosphere. We're bringing you back in.
Yeah.
Because, yes, you're still on fire and you're doing so much in your career and it's not even over yet. It's nowhere
Yeah,
close to
no.
being over.
It's nowhere
No,
over.
it sure isn't.
No.
Now, Terry, I want you to talk about your two babies that you got also. I'm not talking about the one that's flipping chicken. Not that one. I'm talking about Nina Holiday Entertainment and
Oh,
TJV Enterprises. Tell us how
okay.
that all came about and tell us what it is.
Yeah, so Nina Holiday Entertainment was a production company started by myself and my very good girlfriend, Cass Seegers Beatles, who's an incredible writer. We met on the set of an independent movie that I was working on, and she was actually the costumer. And she had written her first book. And she asked me if I would read her book. We didn't know each other, but we were friendly on set. And she asked me if I would read her book. She had just written her first novel, and I was like, of course, I'll read it. So I read her book, and I was like, oh my God, this is good. So I called her up, and I was like, have you ever thought about making your book into a television series? Because this was after Steve Harvey Show. This was after All of Us. So I wasn't working. So I was just trying to figure out what I was going to do next. And so I was like, ooh, this book could be my next TV series because it was really good. It was called A Girl Named Lily is the name of the book. So when I told my agents about the book and whatever, and so they set up meetings for Cass and I to go out and pitch the book as a TV series. And the feedback we kept getting from the execs were, it's a good story, but it doesn't sound like a black voice. It doesn't sound like a black woman. Cass is very black. I promise you. She's very black, very beautiful, and very talented, and this is her voice. So that just kind of that pissed us off, lit a fire under our butts, and that's what launched Nina Holiday Entertainment. We were like, okay, we're just going to create content for us, for me and my peers, for us to be able to work. And so dang, when was that? We started Nina Holiday. Oh my God, I can't even remember, maybe 2005. I can't remember. It was like a long time ago.
Okay.
And we were very successful in producing low budget movies for a lot of the networks, for Viacom, BT, TV One, MTV. Like we did stuff with our production company. And as we grew in the business, both Cass and I started getting busy outside. Like we started getting gigs outside of producing through our production company. I was working more as a director and just getting hired to act on other projects. She was getting all these writing gigs. So we kind of just fell off of Nina Holiday after a while. Um, and just started focusing on building our individual brands
Hmm.
so that we can like kind of empower ourselves individually so we can come back and do whatever we want to do. And so we still are focused on doing that. So she has a company now, and I have TJV Enterprises. And TJV Enterprises was birthed out of creating Miss Governor and with the hopes of launching, like you just addressed Netflix, launching spinoffs and more comedic shows with Black women in the leads of these comedic shows. I just think it's important for us to see Black women in leading roles, in comedy roles. I feel like we do a lot of drama, we do a lot of crying, we do a lot of trauma.
Mhm.
And so, which is needed for those stories, but I want to be the counter to bring some joy and some light and some laughter and some fun so we can laugh at all the messed up stuff going on in the world.
That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, is watching worldwide right now. If you can, go Google it. If you need to, look up Nina Holiday Entertainment. Look up TJV Enterprises. Big things are going down in there. Also, once again, She the People is still on Netflix. If you have not
Miss
seen it,
Governor, it's
make sure.
Miss Governor now.
Oh, Miss Governor, there you go. Make
Hmm.
sure you go watch it. You want to make sure you tell your family, your friends, you know what, even tell your haters to watch it also, because they need a
Yeah.
piece of that in their
And there
life
were
also.
tons of haters that watched it and they were like, I'm like, nah, I don't care. I don't care.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, Terry, what's the best way for everyone to follow you on social media to keep up with the latest and
It's
greatest?
just my name, Terry with an I, Terri J Vaughn, Vaughn, and on all the platforms, Instagram, what else am I on? Facebook. I
Yep.
mean, all the things.
Just go to your social media. It don't matter.
Yeah,
You will find her. It
yeah,
don't matter which one you go to.
yeah.
You will find her. That's what I'm talking about. Now, Terry, it's the last segment of the show. You know what this is. It's called Take the Floor. You have up to 2 minutes to say whatever you want. No questions asked. Terry J.
Okay.
Vaughn, take the floor.
Thank you, Coop. So I love my life and I love what I'm able to do in my career. I love it all. And I just want to remind people that because a lot of times, especially when I talk to women, they feel like they can't have it all, that they can't have big, uh, successful careers and a very stable and successful, loving family, household. And I am here to tell you that you can, that we are only limited by what we put in our minds and what we think. We limit ourselves. Nobody else can limit us. That you are blessed and gifted with a gift that is called you are the co creator of your life. God created you in the image of him, he is the creator of all. So you have power to create the life you want. And all it takes is a undeniable belief in whatever that is. And that's why I tell people you have to love what it is that you're choosing to do, because that will keep you going. And believe that if God put it in you as a desire, as a vision, as a dream, He gave it to you. So now it's your responsibility to believe it enough to take the steps. He'll unfold it, he'll put the people in place for you, but you have to believe the dream that he put in you. And I just feel like a lot of times people don't, because life is hard, life is challenging, we got bills, so we settle and we just accept something else other than the dream that we have inside, and we put our dreams aside because we just think they're dreams and we're tripping and life is not like that. No, life is exactly like that if you choose it. So choose you, choose your dreams, and go for it. God is just waiting for you to co-create with him.
There it is. There it is. I don't have to say no more off of that one right there. Once again, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you take those words in, because I don't want you to be 10, 15 years saying, I could have did that. Did you try to do it? You go out there and do it. Believe in yourself. Have the faith. Take the leap of faith and see what happens in your life. You never know until you try and take that leap of faith. Once again, make sure you go look up TJV Enterprises. Look up Nina Holiday Entertainment. If you've never seen the Steve Harvey Show, you must be really, really, really young, or
It's on
you
Netflix
don't
now
have
too.
TV.
So I have two shows on Netflix.
Yep, that's right. That's all I'm about to say. Go to
I
Netflix.
got
I
two.
told you. I told you. Terry's everywhere on your TV. Make sure you follow her on social media also. Now, Terri J. Vaughn, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and I would love to have you back on in the future.
Anytime, Coop. I appreciate you. I really do.
That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest for the Big Scoop with Coop. I got tongue out of 13 seasons. I just got tongue twisted for the first time. Let's rewind that back. Bloop, 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 bloop. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest on the Big Scoop with Coop is, I'll announce my next guest. You better follow me on social media to find out who the latest and greatest is. Until the next time, people, on the Big Scoop with Coop. Peace.
Peace.
You know what time it is? Time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Cooper, with Mr. Cooper, with Mr. Cooper. Get the latest scoop from Mr. Cooper, from Mr. Cooper, from Mr. Cooper. Hang with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Cooper, with Mr. Cooper, with